Wonderful excursion for a version of love that is just perversion of perception, getting bet for leftist beliefs like money and greed. Honey, you don't need when you have green. Hidden glimpses of witches, ridden of pigeons and swiftness that infants cry about because language is smitten for fittin this dickless dipshit into life scheme of dreams. Rather him liftin and hittin bitches and grinnin at witches that don't get it or get with it. Impress me by letting me get frisky with a frisbee on an afternoon in June. Resonating hate with a twist of rage to compensate for the late weight of his dreams, to take away his pain in no way lame, but they still locate shame in his torment he feels. They call in an informant to ask why he is dormant, and to the shore he went because he's bored and spent, and they never did find the Porsche he rents. Of course he was bent, and though lore was dented by the poor and the gents, equally squeakily clean, cause there was more to be cleansed. The reek of pets, the measly reasoning of yets waiting in the distance, playing on his hindrances, relaying messages to the princesses, and praying for someone to listen. Without his decaying, maybe he'll become a sun, blistering at the sight of another round of gayness glistening, to be a haywired mess that lays tighter than a guess, and mightier than the rest. But truthfully, they're liars that should have confessed, rather be martyrs under arrest for glooming and shrooming in God's great conquest. A trial of death ironically defiles the best, like chronically trying to rile the crest that keeps us aligned in our rest. It's a sin against progression of a nation that only wins when they're wet again, because to set the tension in a field of lessening is asking for too many questions from the gremlins that don't dress for benching the all-stars even in their digression. Don't always impress them with a clenched jaw and medicine, because to pretend this shit ain't offensive is a bigger hoax than what they mention. So stay in your section of intertwining with divine selection, cause you're desperate for attention. Don't whine for a long time because you're dreading the infection destined for you by your shed into morals. As you head into the portal, we stay cordial because we are mortal and don't want murals and burials. Just cures for lures and that hook us into fury balls that burn endlessly like a church hall where sinners go to repent their lurking calls that only assert their cause. To be a proper lover, we must hop in and discover what pops under the covers and what drops from one another, because I can't stop the plunder and constant wonder that illuminates the top shelf like a bop wealth. Mom's got the mop, dad's got the belt. Consequences of taking their credit cards and shopping with stealth. End up with welts and sweat that makes you melt with guilt, built to take down any warmth from your quilt. Ready for the heavy weight to grant me a levee to a lake where I can steadily debate which road my Chevy will take.